Hey guys, I want to talk about something. Okay, a couple weeks ago I did a video on code mock drills. All right, I want to bring this up. All right, one of my nurses who's a DON, she also does agency. Now she told me that she was at a facility and she went to do her checks and the code card was signed off, but it was completely empty. All right, so I want you to start thinking about this. Imagine you had an event in your facility, you had to call a code, and you or the nurse or your employees that are on that day, they go to grab that crash cart and it's empty. All right, you will not be able to provide the services that that patient would need. Okay, but more disturbingly is that the false documentation. All right, a few months ago, I did an article on false documentations and the legal ramifications that come about when nurses falsify documentation, okay, especially if it can lead to a negative outcome. Meaning, you go to pull the crash card, you go to initiate CPR on this patient, and you don't have the backboard, you don't have the oxygen, you don't have the tubing, you don't have the ambu bag, you don't have the mask, you don't have any of that equipment to effectively perform CPR in this residence, with the exception of perhaps compressions, chest compressions. So I want you to start thinking about the things that you are doing in your facility, what you're signing for in your facility, and legal ramifications that will go about if you falsify documentation. All right. So I don't want you to get in a habit of someone, the person signed off before you and you're just going to follow behind that person and sign it off. No. Okay. Because what will happen will then be the last person who signed off that crash cart, especially if there was not a code in between those two shifts, then that person will be ultimately liable for a negative outcome with that patient. All right, so start thinking about your documentation before you actually document. All right, follow for more tips.